assume we're live. I'm going to check it on some other sites for a couple minutes, and then we'll get started in about 5 minutes. Ah, there we are. Good. Okay. We're there. Okay. That looks good. Let's check the other one here. Good. All right. Looks pretty good. I think we're there. Let's turn the sound off here and here. So, let's see if anybody's with us yet. Apparently not. Well, let me get a glass of water. Five watching now. Okay, good. The YouTube site just gives me the numbers, but You can comment here, I believe. I thought I had it set for people to comment if they want to. So feel free. And on Facebook, people can comment here too. And it's 8:01. Thank you, Sharon. I like this time of year, Thanksgiving. One of my favorite times of the year. It was Thank you, Lisa. I always like Thanksgiving. It's always been one of my favorite times. I think it's growing up in New England, you get this sense of a history with it, that it's a real reason for the holiday, that it's not just an excuse to cook a turkey and all of that. Let's do a sound check. One of the things about setting up for these things is that I have no idea what it sounds like on the other end. So, thank you, David. I knew a girl, came from across the sea. She didn't plan to stay here, but she came back to stay with me. And now my friends like her better than they like me. And I don't mind, I do too. Shows the quality of my good friends who know I'm a lucky man, you see. But enough about me. I knew a man, traveled the land, singing his songs anywhere he could lend a hand, or wherever he could take a stand, for folks whose things didn't work out like they planned. I sang his songs, I loved the man. He was wise enough to understand to fill his shoes was not my destiny. But enough about me. I knew a country great and strong, with a powerful sense of what's right and what's wrong. From whatever race or religion you came, your rights and your freedoms were all the same. And I believe that anything less would surely mean we've gone and made a mess of this beautiful land of the free. But enough about me. dance, break into a move anytime there was a chance. You could hear all the laughter in the air. From here to the far side of the square. And growing up can be so very hard, but don't forget that childhood love is still a part of you for all to see. Ah, but enough about me. Ah, but enough about me. Okay, song from Rants and Romance. Well, you may notice we have a new backdrop tonight. The old one's still back there. You can see right through it. But last night, Nicole and I and Elena went to, with some friends who are from India, the country in Asia, not the American Indian part. And we went to a festival of light with all kinds of dancing and beautiful costumes, incredible clothes. Everybody dressed up really beautifully, and I found this piece of fabric that I really loved. It's an amazing, beautiful green color. I wish you could actually see the color that it is. It doesn't seem to come through this camera to the same degree that it does here, but it's an absolutely beautiful color. And I just thought it was kind of fun to have something different. I'm kind of instead of changing my shirt, I changed the backdrop. So, what can I say? Well, this week, a group of folks up in Boston did a tribute concert for my old pal Jeff Bartley, and I was asked to submit something, and they asked me to submit a greeting, and I didn't really play a song, but Jeff always told me that he loved this one particular song of mine, and I wish Jeff would record it because he's such a great guitarist, and it is a very nice guitar piece. I don't play it very often, although it is one of those songs that's kind of, in my life, a document of a very meaningful time and place. I was traveling out west, returning to the Sioux Reservation in South Dakota, having been there a couple weeks earlier. I went back and spent a week at the home of Frank Foolscrow in outside of Rapids, outside of Pine Ridge, and I don't think I've ever spent such an intense amount of time just being very, very quiet. There's no background noise there, really, other than what's going on right around you. There's no hum of civilization. There's no. You don't even really feel the hum of electricity. In fact, you feel the absence of it. We're so used to having it that we don't feel it at all. But in our normal day-to-day lives, but when you're in a place like that and you walk 100 yards away from the house by the road where the electric line goes in, you suddenly become aware that of a silence of a different nature. And I guess that's what this song kind of inspired this song. Let me see if I can play it for you. There's no signal out here in the open space. No flashing lights, no chart hits by the latest greats. Just distant radios where I do not know. Listen, you can almost hear them singing. And all that city sounds like metal scraping. You can bind my hands, I will not stop escaping to distant radios, quiet like the snows. Listen, you can hear the chains are breaking. Come on, we can play better than that. Close your eyes, you can tune your dial into me. Are you wise enough to see through me? Even as I see my way to you, we need no wires between us, it's true. Who killed the owl? Who has seen its spirit winging? Traded for a vow, what message was it bringing? To distant radios, grasslands and zocolos. Listen, you can always hear it singing. One more time. Song from Highway to Nowhere. It looks like a new shirt too. No, Nancy, it's not a new shirt. Had this one a while. I usually wear this in the summer actually because it's very nice thin material. It's kind of a silk blend of some kind. It's the end of the day, I let it all waste away. I've nothing to show or to say, but give me one more minute of moonlight. One more minute of moonlight. I'll pay what I have to pay. I've no need to run, and I'm hurting no one. The light shine here has only begun. Give me one more minute of moonlight. One more minute of moonlight. I'll do what must be done. I watch the time slip quietly past, and though I know it just can't last, I know that you're near. Everything is so clear. The silence is everything I need to hear. Give me one more minute of moonlight. One on some starry quest. Give me one more minute of moonlight, one more minute of moonlight, and I will know I'm blessed. Just give me a sign, a moment that shines as bright as you are in this heart of mine. Give me one more minute of moonlight, one more minute of moonlight. I'll never more be blind. Looks like midnight stopped on a dime and just can't move along this time. How can I be alone? Where has everyone gone? She's there at the window, her hair hanging down. Give me one more minute of moonlight, one more minute of moonlight, and I will carry on. Okay, one more minute of moonlight. That's from the beginning again. Well, let's see. What do we got here? When I lived in New York City, I worked for a man from Tel Aviv. He ate lunch every day with Ollie at the cafe down the street. Ollie came from Lebanon. They'd sit there for just an hour, stand up, wave their hands and shout, say okay, see you tomorrow. Now the man from Tel Aviv said maybe they should just let the Israeli army go in and clean out everyone in Lebanon who's got a gun. And the man from Beirut said, oh really, look at the land is really stealing. Now you want to make us hunt it. I thought peace was what you wanted. Picture two Americans in the land of the free, free to speak their minds, free to disagree, just like you and me. Well, we do want peace, said the man from Israel. That's why we're doing what we're doing. And the man from Beirut said it's a pity you can't have peace and still keep shooting. And they drank coffee and shared a pastry, citizens of their adopted country. Checked the papers for their portfolios, said okay, see you tomorrow. I asked my boss, how can you stand to eat lunch every day with this man? He said we share one thing together, back home we'd be trying to kill each other. Us around to you and me. You can see what you want to see. You say we gotta go kill him there, or we're gonna come and kill us here. Well, I don't have to fight it. If I were you, I would get wise. Oh, but since you've already made your mind up, I hope you make it back alive. Picture two Americans in the land of the free, to disagree, it's just you and me. Okay. Any healing songs? Yeah, well, I suppose I do. Hello, Mark. I don't know if this is one of those, but just popped into my mind. Just yesterday I watched my world come tumbling down. Nothing to do but stare down at the ground. Now I see a big world with the small world out of the way. You're looking at a new man today. Oh, I was always the one to put the blame on someone else. Now I've been learning it all comes from myself. And I'm pushing those dark clouds on out to stay. You're looking at a new man today. I'm a beautiful sister, how you turn me round. Sometime I got to thank you for all that you've done. Used to think I'd never see the far side of pain. I was a prisoner of my own ball and chain. Now I see that morning light shining down my way. You're looking at a new man today. Oh, my beautiful sister, how you turn me round. Sometime I got to thank you for all that you've done. Today I watched my soul flying high and free, flying above the clouds, the land and the sea. And when I awoke, it came down to me. You're looking at a new man today. You're looking at a new man today. All right. Well, that's from the original version of what became Highway to Nowhere, which is called Bring on the Lions, was only released in Europe. I think you can find it, though, on Spotify and places like that, should you want to. Well, you know, I'm doing a couple concerts in about, I guess, 10 days for a couple weeks, maybe. Not sure. Wednesday, the 6th of December, and the 12th of December, for the Lifelong Learning Program here in South Florida. And this is what it looks like. It's with my band, Bill Meredith's. You can see this blown up on my website. Bill Meredith's friend, Regina Campbell, makes these cool posters and scales them down to cards. And I have a few full-size posters and stuff. It's the search for the birth of rock and roll. And we got to play a bunch of old rock and roll songs, which, you know, it's funny, but in the rehearsal process, I discovered that I know all these songs as if second nature. I grew up hearing them so many times that I don't even have to look up the words for most of them. Whereas we've done concerts of Ray Charles, who I love, Stevie Wonder, who I love, Eric Clapton, Van Morrison. I love all these guys, but I always have to have the words in front of me for a large portion of the show. So it's going to be kind of fun. I get to play some old rock and roll songs with my band. And I'm not sure, but I think the Jupiter show is being recorded so anybody can see it from anywhere. Not on the night that we play it live, but you can see a recording of it if you want to. And it will not be on YouTube or any of those things. So if you do want to see it, go to my website. And I think it's the Jupiter one that's being recorded. So call them on the phone. You can find it, the phone number on my site, and call them up and ask them about it. See if they I believe they're recording it. It's been some time since I asked them, but I think that's what they said. But just for fun, let's play it too. Oh, well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy tree. Friends say I'm acting white as a bug. I'm in love. I'm all shook up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, my hands are shaking and my knees are weak. I can't seem to stand on my own 2 feet. Who do you think of when you have such luck? I'm in love. I'm all shook up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little mixed up but feeling fine. When I met a girl that I love best, my heart beats so it scares me to death. Though she touched my hand, I want to chill out. Her lips are like a volcano when it's hot. I'm proud to say she's my buttercup. I'm in love. I'm all shook up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, my tongue gets tired when I try to speak. My inside shaking like a leaf on a tree. There's only one cure for this party of mine. To have that girl I love so fine. She touched my hand, I want to chill I got. Her lips are like a volcano when it's hot. I'm proud to say she's my buttercup. I'm in love. I'm all shook up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm all shook up. You know, that's what folk music is missing. Songs with lines like, her lips are like a volcano when it's hot. Well, I got a couple friends that are feeling a little down right now, and our good friend Bill is from Bill's house has just had some back surgery, And one of our longtime listeners since the early days of the pandemic, our friend Bud, is getting some treatment at the moment. And I don't know if Bud's here tonight, but I wish him the very best. He's struggling with it, and it's a tough thing to be dealing with, I'm sure. I don't know how to, I'll be honest with you folks, I don't know how to answer a question sometimes like, what can I do to make someone else feel better? It's beyond the specific reach of what I think I can do. I mean, I can play some funny, silly song or something like that and hope that'll work, but I don't really think that's what you mean. But I do feel that one of the things that people like myself do is that we do help. We're not always aware of it, and it may not even be intentional in a specific sense. But I certainly know that many times when I've listened to someone else sing a beautiful song, it's made me feel a whole lot better. It's been a transformative experience right then and there in the present. And so I guess, and I'm sure that that person had no idea that that's what was going on in my mind at the time. So I guess all we can really do, those of us who do this, is sing our songs. And as Jack Hardy would probably say if he were here, shut up and sing. There's no home in this world anymore for a gentleman, an inmate in a tuxedo, strolling with different partners beneath the chandeliers, looking for someone to bleed to. Ah, but I would be your gentleman if you'd only let this ragged heart please you. And there would be laughter, there would be shame, there would be laughter in a gentleman again. Come riding, 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 come running for your life. Come take this song of my brothers, come take this healing take this song of my brother. Come take this healing knife. Okay. If I could, I'd like to write one good song for you. One good song for you to sing whenever you feel blue. When the world lets you down but tries to blow itself up. If I could write that song, that would be enough. If I could, I'd like to sing a word to you so kind, a word so kind that it would always bring you peace of mind, a light against the world, some peace instead of war. That's the kind of song I know you'd be looking for. And I'd sing, love is the answer, love is the power. Here is the place, now is the hour. Let love be here with us all. If I could, I'd like to write one good song for you. One good song for you to sing whenever you feel blue. Then if you'd ever need me, I'll be there for you. Or what I'd give if I could write one good song for you. Hey, I'd sing, love is the answer, love is the power. Here is the place, now is the hour. Let love be here with us all. Hey, sing it at home with me one time. Hey, I'd sing, love is the answer, love is the power. Here is the place, now is the hour. Let love be here with us all. You know, I haven't played acoustic guitar in a few days. I've been playing mostly electric lately, and my fingers feel very fat tonight for some reason. I'm adjusting to the extra pressure, but I'm getting there. Well, please tell Billy he's very welcome. So let's see, what else have we got going on here? I don't see any requests, so I'm just going to keep blundering straight ahead. How about it, America? Ready for the big one? Are you lining up to vote for Jesus and Kingdom Come? Only the men to have authority, except for a few women and minorities who service their masters and polish their guns so they can go out and punish those reluctant ones with their election day hit squads and their psychotic judges, and then stand before you with a straight face like the boy who cried wolf and cry freedom. They cry freedom when they're taking it away. They don't mean freedom for you, they mean freedom for themselves to tell you what to do and your kids how to think. They're the ones who identify with the best policies money can buy. And won elections, they must personally run to serve the fetus and the gun and push other people around. All they do is bring you down when they stand before you with a straight face like the boy who cried wolf and cry freedom. So cry freedom on election day. Cry freedom till they all go away. Cry freedom, everybody please. Cry freedom. What up, America? Ready for the big shootouts? Open carry everywhere. That's what I'm talking about. What could possibly go wrong? Well-armed militias in every town, with a Bible and a fiery cross. Some who'd call that paradise. I could say more, but I'm being nice. Why should I worry when deep down I know they're just building him up to lay us all down low. When he stands before you with a straight face and cries freedom. So cry freedom on election day. Cry freedom till they all go away. Cry freedom, that's the plan. Cry freedom while you still can. Cry freedom, take a stand. Everybody please, cry freedom. Little tune for Rants and Romance. I was reading in the paper today an article, a column, I believe, from a Washington Post columnist, who quotes our former president making speeches on the campaign trail, who says that when he's elected, he will have pardoned himself and go after his enemies, use the Justice Department. It says this quite explicitly, that I will use the Justice Department to go after my enemies. Wants to round people up and put minorities and anybody suspected of not being, I suppose, on his side in a camp somewhere. And you know, people hear this stuff and they go, oh, he's a lunatic, and he probably is. But the scary part of it is the millions of lunatics who follow this guy. And if you say, you know, he said this, they'll go, oh, he doesn't mean that. But the one thing that does seem to be truth from him is that kind of thing. When he says, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't know that woman, or I didn't steal that guy's money, he's probably lying. But when he says, here's what I'm going to do if I'm elected, that usually is what he means. For example, in the run-up to the 2020 election, he said he thought the best thing and what he was trying to accomplish was to not have an election. Actually said this point blank somewhere around August of 2020. The best thing would be to not have an election and just have me continue on as president for good. I mean, this is how the guy thinks. This is what he thinks is good for America. And presumably millions and millions of people think this is good for America too. Don't say you weren't warned. This is who this person is. Well, I think I'll play this song tonight. I usually warm up by playing this and singing this in the bathroom where the acoustics are really good. And then I come out here into the living room and it doesn't sound as good to me. Well, let's see what we can do. They say you've got to lose before you can win. They say you've got to choose before you can give in. And you've got to cut loose to get back again. And it's a long way back home. Say you've got to fall before you can land. They say you've got to crawl before you can stand. And you've got to lose it all to get what you planned. And it's a long way back home. A long way back home. When you're standing on some place you've never known. And I might see you where the rivers flow. Like me, you're looking for they say you've got to die before you can live. They say you've got to cry before you can give. And you've got to say goodbye before you can come back in. And it's a long way back home. Say you've got to seed what you're going to grow. They say you've got it's a long way back home. And it's a long way back home. When you're standing on some place you've never known, and I might see you where the rivers flow. Like me, you're looking for a white buffalo. So I say to you farewell, for we will meet again in the hottest flames of hell. I could only call you friend, and when you hear that final bell, do not ask who's round your end till you found your way back home. And it's a long way back home. When you're standing on some place you've never known, and I might see you where the rivers flow. Like me, you're looking. Like me, you're looking. You're just like me, you're looking. You're just like me, you're looking. You're just like me, you're looking for buffalo. Hard song to sing sitting down sometimes. Well, tomorrow is not a school day, so I can actually do a couple more here. I don't have to stop at 9 o'clock. Please play I Am Bob Dylan. Okay, I can do that one. Any other requests? Put them in the comments. Let me check the YouTube, see if there's any over there. I haven't looked over there lately. I hope your friend Bill recovers from back surgery. Get well soon, bud. That's very kind of you folks. Thank you, Maria. But let's do this other request here while we got it in front of us. I'm going to check my tuning for a second, and while I do, let me mention what's coming up on my schedule, just in case you're anywhere nearby. Next Sunday afternoon, I'm going to be live on Michael Stock's Folk and Acoustic Music Radio Show on WLRN 91.3 if you're in South Florida, but WLRN.org if you're not and you want to hear it anyway. I'll be on about 4:15. Michael and I usually spend a half hour to 45 minutes together. I play 2 or 3 songs, and it's always great fun to be on his show. He's a wonderful guy and a good friend and a very, very nice man and very knowledgeable about music, which is a lot of fun to share with him and his audience. That's 4:15 next Sunday. And then, assuming I make it back from Miami in one piece, I'll be back here at 8 o'clock to end up the Thanksgiving weekend. I like playing Sunday of Thanksgiving. I always have. When I lived in New York City, I always used to love to play Thanksgiving week at Folk City or the Speakeasy or Kenny's. And it always seemed to be a lot of fun. There'd be a lot of new people in the audience, people that were home from college visiting their families and looking for something to do on Friday or Saturday night. I always enjoyed it. On December 2nd, I'll be at the Luna Star Cafe as the guest of the South Florida Folk Club. That's the Miami-Dade Folk Club. And let's see, what else? On December 22nd, I'll be on the north end of Palm Beach County at the Brewhouse Gallery with my band, Bill, Doug, and Mario, and we'll be doing the Brewhouse is a place where I can actually play my own songs with my band. We don't do a lot of covers there. We do a few, but not anywhere like what we'll do at the Green Market or something like that, for example. In February 17, I'm playing the People's Voice Cafe with Mark Dan in Manhattan, right in Greenwich Village. Played there last year with Joe Jenks. Really good time, good people. And the People's Voice, of course, one of the longest established coffee houses in America. And on Sunday afternoon, the 18th, for those of you who live a little upstate, we'll be at the Turning Point at 4 o'clock in Piermont, which is always great, a high-quality club. Good sound, good sights, good food. Usually a great time to play the Turning Point. During the rest of the year, I don't even remember what I'm doing myself, but I know St. Patrick's Day that I'm playing the West Palm Beach Amphitheater with Tracy Sands. And in April, we're doing 2.5 weeks in Europe, I think, starting in Hamburg, Norderstedt, and all the way down to Switzerland and over to Graz, and we're even playing in Zagreb in Croatia for a couple of nights. So if you happen to be in Central Europe in April, try to find us. In May, I'm doing the Dylan Fest in Stony Brook. I think that's May 19, and have some tentative other bookings around upstate New York at the time, but also some open dates. Oh, one of the tentative bookings is at the Hyde Park Library, which I think is on the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. So I'll be sticking around New York for a couple of weeks at that time. So if you have ever wanted to have a house concert or put a show on with Rod and Mark, we're available during that time. And then in June, I'm doing Bluffton, South Carolina again, for you folks in Bluffton. Really nice coffee house at the Unitarian Universalist Church. So that's kind of my schedule for now. Oh, and here in South Florida, I'm playing Emerald concerts in Hollywood on March 24th. I knew there was something else. I don't have it written down. I'm doing this from memory here. But the Emerald Concerts is a very fine concert series at St. Paul's Episcopal Church, I believe it is, in Hollywood. The address is on my website, and also Emerald Concerts has a mailing list, so it's not hard to find. And that's, I believe, 4:30 p.m. on March 24. And that's an excellent event. I've been to several of their concerts, Susan Werner, Joe Crookston. I'm very honored to be chosen to be one of their artists this year. So that's what's on the schedule. Oh, and did I mention December 6th and 12th, the search for the birth of rock and roll here in Boca Raton and Jupiter, with my full band, Rod and the Humdingers, for the lifelong learning program, but open to the public. So check my website. There's links there, phone numbers you can call. In the last 10 minutes, 5 people have asked me Are you Bob Dylan? Are you Bob Dylan? So I thought I'd come clean in case it was you who asked me. I am Bob Dylan. I am Bob Dylan. And all I need to know is what are you looking at? Yeah, what are you looking at? In the last 2 weeks, 10 people have asked me, are you somebody? Are you anybody? I say, do you think I look like Bob Dylan for nothing? I am somebody. Yes, I am anybody. And all I need to know is what are you looking at? Oh, what are you looking at? In the new millennium, the people will ask you, are you with somebody? Are you with anybody? Now if anybody asks you, you can just tell them, say you're with Bob Dylan. Just say you're with Bob Dylan. And all I need to know is what are you looking at? Yeah, what are you looking at? Oh, what are you looking at? Yeah, what are you looking at? All right, well, let's do another request here. I think this is sort of, this song, even though it's 40 years old, is probably how I feel about many things going on in the world, this particular song. I don't know if it's any surprise to you folks. Maybe you're in the same position as me, but I've had a lot of people ask me recently to write a song or take some sort of stand about the war going on in Gaza and Israel and Palestine. And frankly, I don't really feel the necessity of taking a side. I feel very sad for the plight of the Palestinians, but I think that to some extent they have written their own history with their intransigence and their determination that the only solution to their problem is to drive everybody else into the Mediterranean. And yet I was reading this article today, a first-person article about a man in the West Bank who was driven out of his home, a Palestinian man who was driven out of his home at gunpoint, told that he had to leave the house he'd lived in all his life in 3 days, or they would kill him. And then they bulldozed his neighborhood and built settlements for Israeli people. And clearly I can't tell you that I think that's a great thing either. So I suppose my answer to people asking me to advocate for their side or one or the other is no. I think I'm not going to. I would advocate certainly for the hostages being released and no more people being slaughtered in the streets and at music festivals. And equally, I would advocate for some sort of justifiable resolution to the problem over there if the two sides could ever figure one out. And certainly would advocate for Israel not, being cognizant of the civilian death toll as it does what it feels it has to do with Hamas. That may be an unpopular position with everybody. That may be one of those positions where you're not satisfying either side, which people are so bitterly divided. And yet, to me, it seems the only rational response. So I can only say I'm sorry if I'm not meeting your expectations out there on either side. But I guess that's just how I feel. Seems like there ought to be a way to look each other in the eye, to see we're all in this together, put all thoughts of victory aside. Seems like there ought to be a way to turn some fear into trust. No matter what you say, there has to be a way. Every living thing is counting on us. Seems like there ought to be a way to separate the freedom from the flag, to see what's real in the illusion. Sometimes a beauty walks around in rags. Seems like there ought to be agreement. We would rather live in peace than fight. No matter what you say, there has to be a way. Every living thing is on our side. Seems like if there's a God in heaven, we must have been put here to get along, to see that life is for the living, to leave a life the living when we're done. Seems like this ship out on the ocean must fly on the wing of the dove. No matter what you say, there has to be a way. Every living thing is reason enough. Seems like this ship out on the ocean must fly on the wing of the dove. No matter what you say, there has to be a way. Every living thing is reason enough. No matter what you say, there has to be a way. Every living thing is reason enough. this is my prayer for peace for tonight. And I think we'll say goodnight with this. I wish you all the very best. A wonderful, happy Thanksgiving. And let's remember the things we have to be grateful for. And also remember those people less fortunate than ourselves, wherever they may be. I'll see you next week at this time if I get back from Miami in time and you can join me. Till then, good night, everybody. Thanks for listening. Good night.